Goldilocks stands charged that you, Goldilocks, on or about the 7th day of December 2025, at or near the home of the Three Bears in the province of British Columbia, did commit breaking and entering in the dwelling house of Papa Bear, Mama Bear, and Baby Bear. Contrary to Section 348(1) of the Criminal Code of Canada, and against the peace of Our Lady, the Queen, her crown and dignity, how does Goldilocks plead to this charge? Guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
Please be seated.
Good morning, members of the jury, counsel, and all participants in the courtroom. Welcome and thank you for attending today. Thank you for attending today. The matter before us is R.V. Goldilocks is one of very serious nature, and I must remind everyone that these proceedings must be treated with the utmost respect and care. Advocated for the accused. Witnesses may be called by both parties, and physical or digital evidence will be brought forward for your consideration. As the jury, it is your duty to listen closely and carefully to all the evidence that is presented in front of you and decide the facts of the case. I will be here to provide you with instructions of the law, which then you must apply to reach your verdict. I want to remind the court that the accused is always presumed innocent until proven guilty. This stands through the whole trial until the Crown shows a complete burden of proof. The defense does not have to prove innocence. It's the full responsibility of the Crown. You must be very convinced, based on the evidence brought forward, that the accused committed the offense before you reach your verdict. If you have any doubt whatsoever, you must find the accused not guilty. To prove this offense, the Crown must prove actus reus, meaning the accused had the guilty act, and mens rea, meaning the accused had the guilty mind when the act was committed. Both must prove beyond a reasonable doubt. Crown, you may proceed with your opening statement.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. Today the Crown will present clear and compelling evidence that the accused, Goldilocks, intentionally and knowingly committed breaking and entering into the residence of the Three Bears. We will show that Goldilocks did not simply wander into a home by mistake or accident. Instead, the evidence will demonstrate that she, 1. approached the house, 2. examined the property, 3. attempted to open a locked door, 4. entered without permission, 5. consumed food that did not belong to her, 6. damaged furniture, and 7. occupied rooms inside the home. You will hear from several witnesses. First, Papa Bear will explain the state of the home when the family returned, including the damaged items and the signs that someone forced their way in. Second, Mama Bear will testify about the kitchen and the missing porridge, confirming that the accused made decisions inside the home that required intent and not confusion.
My porridge!
Third, Baby Bear, who discovered the accused sleeping in his bed, will describe the shock of finding a stranger trespassing in his room. Finally, you'll hear from the park ranger who witnessed Goldilocks earlier near the bear's home. He will testify that he saw her attempting to open a locked door, demonstrating conscious effort, not an accident or misunderstanding. Please state your name for the record. Where do you live?
At the cottage in the forest with my family, Mama Bear and Baby Bear.
Can you tell the court what you encountered that day in question when you returned home?
When we came back, the front door was open, even though we always keep it closed and locked when we go out.
What did you notice when you first entered the home?
My bowl of porridge had been eaten. There were spoon marks and the porridge was still warm.
How did that compare to how you left it?
Untouched, we all left our bowls cooling because they were too hot.
What else did you observe?
The chairs in our living room were closely used. Mine was slightly moved. Mama Bear's had marks on the cushion. Baby Bear's was broken.
How did you react when you saw Baby Bear's chair?
I was shocked. Someone had been in our home long enough to sit down, eat, and cause damage.
Did anything else appear disturbed?
Yes, the bed's upstairs. Baby Bear's bed had someone sleeping in it.
Who was in the bed?
It was Goldilocks.
Did you know her?
No, she was a stranger.
Go.
Thank you, Papa Bear.
Go.
Please state your name.
Mama Bear.
Go.
Can you describe what you saw when you arrived home that day?
My porridge bowl was empty. Someone had tasted all 3 bowls in the kitchen.
How could you tell?
There were spoon marks on all 3 bowls, and someone had moved them around the table.
Were you expecting any visitors?
No, none at all. We live deep in the forest. No one comes around.
What did you notice about the furniture in the house?
Our chairs had been used. Mine had a dent in the cushion. Papa Bear's chair had been pushed back and Baby Bear's chair was completely broken.
What did that indicate to you?
That someone had taken their time in our home. They sat, tried things out, and even went upstairs.
What did you discover upstairs?
Someone had tried all our beds. Only Baby Bear's bed had anything in it.
Thank you, Mama Bear. Please state your name.
Baby Bear!
What did you see when you went upstairs that day?
My blankets were moved. My pillow was squished. My bed was all messed up.
How did that make you feel?
I was scared. Someone was in my room. They had gone through my things.
Did you recognize the person?
No, I had never seen her before.
Was she asleep?
Yes, very deeply asleep. Like she had been there for a long time.
Thank you. Please state your name.
The name's Cassius. Cassius Thundercock.
What is your role in the forest?
I patrol trails, check safety conditions, and monitor wildlife and visitors.
Were you on duty the day of the incident involving the bear's home?
Yes, I was.
Did you see the accused, Goldilocks, at any point of the day?
Yes, I saw her near the bear's cottage.
Can you describe what you observed?
I saw Goldilocks at the front door. She was pulling at that doorknob. It looked like she was trying to open it.
Did the door appear locked at that time?
Yes, she was tugging it more than once.
What happened after that?
She stepped back, looked around, and tried the door again. After that, she went around the side of the cottage.
Did her actions indicate you?
It indicated to me that she was trying to find her way in.
Did she appear lost or confused in the moment?
No. She looked focused. She was examining the door in the entire house.
Thank you, Regis Thundercock.
Go.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, over the course of the trial, you have consistently clear evidence establishing both actus reus and mens rea requiring breaking and entering. The actus reus, the physical act, is undeniable. 1. Goldilocks entered a locked home. 2. Ate the bear's food. 3. She sat in the chairs. 4. Broke the baby bear's chair. And 5. Climbed upstairs. And lastly, she slept in the baby bear's bed. This is not an accidental entry. The mens rea, the intention, is equally clear. You hear from the park ranger, who witnessed Goldilocks pulling on a locked door, repeatedly attempting to open it before even gaining access. This is a deliberate, conscious decision, not the actions of a lost, confused child stumbling by mistake.
No.
Goldilocks. She approached the cottage, tried the locked door, explored the home fully, used and damaged the property, and settled in as though the home belonged to her. These actions definitely demonstrate intentional entry and not innocence. Stop. The Crown has proven beyond a reasonable doubt that the accused committed breaking and entering. We ask you that you return the guilty verdict. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. My name is Sacha, and I represent the accused, Goldilocks, who stands here today wrongly charged with breaking and entering into the home of the three bears. At the end of this trial, we will ask you to return a verdict of not guilty, because Goldilocks did not possess the mens rea, the guilty mind, required for this offense. The Crown will argue that Goldilocks intentionally entered the bear's house. However, the physical evidence tells a different story. When Goldilocks was found, the police photographed her small hiking backpack, which will be entered as an exhibit. Those photographs clearly show no food inside the backpack, an empty water bottle, and no tools, no equipment, and nothing suggesting criminal intent. The backpack tells the real story. Goldilocks was lost, exhausted, dehydrated, and desperately in need of help, not preparing to break into a home. To further demonstrate Goldilocks' lack of criminal intent, we will refer to precedent cases. Case 1. Hansel and Gretel. Hansel and Gretel entered a home out of hunger and survival needs, not malicious intent. Goldilocks' lack of food and empty water bottle put her in the same circumstances. Number 2. Alice in Wonderland. Alice entered various spaces without understanding where she was. Goldilocks, dehydrated and disorientated, as shown by her empty water bottle, fits this pattern. Number 3. Jack. Jack entered the giant's realm under the belief it was not clearly owned. Goldilocks similarly misunderstood the bear's cottage as vacant, especially since the door was left open and ajar. These precedents show that accidental survival-based or confusion-driven entry is not the same as criminal intent. Throughout this trial, we will show that Goldilocks was a lost child in distress, not a criminal. For these reasons, we will ask you to find her not guilty. Thank you. Please state your name.
My name is Goldilocks.
Goldilocks, can you tell the court what brought you into the forest on the day in question?
I was hiking. I'd been walking for hours and became tired, hungry, and dehydrated.
Can you describe what you had with you that day?
I had my backpack. There wasn't any food left. My water bottle was completely empty.
When you approached the bear's home, what were you experiencing physically?
I felt weak, dizzy, and exhausted. I hadn't drank or eaten anything in days.
What did you notice about the house when you arrived?
The door was unlocked. It didn't seem like anyone was home. I thought maybe I could go get some help.
What was going through your mind as you entered the house?
I wasn't trying to steal anything. I was just desperate for help. I needed food, water, or something. I thought it might be inside.
How did you react when you saw the food on the table?
I felt like I was going to faint. I didn't know what else to do. I just needed something so I wouldn't collapse.
Did you intend to damage anything inside the home?
No, of course not. I didn't mean to break anything. I was just tired, and the small chair collapsed under me.
What were you trying to do when you went upstairs?
I was looking for someone who would live there. I thought maybe I could tie down for a minute, because I felt like I might pass out.
Did you intend to commit a crime that day?
No, I was scared, hungry, and exhausted. I never planned to break in or hurt anyone. I thought I was going to be safe for a moment.
Goldilocks, are you aware that in other cases like Hansel and Gretel, children in extreme hunger also entered someone else's property for survival?
Yes, they were starving and trying to survive, just like I felt that day.
Have you heard of Jack v. the Giant, where a young person trespassed while acting out of desperation and confusion?
Yes, Jack's actions happened because he didn't understand the danger he was in. I felt confused and scared too.
How did those cases relate to what you experienced on the day you entered the bear's home?
Yes, she wasn't trying to break the law. She just needed safety. That's how I felt.
Goldilocks, what do you want the jury to understand most clearly?
They show that sometimes people, especially kids, act out of fear, hunger, or desperation. Not because they're trying to commit a crime. That's what happened to me. I never meant to break the law. I was scared, exhausted, and just trying to survive. I truly believe stepping inside would help me, not harm anyone.
Thank you. No further questions. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, as we conclude this trial, I ask you to recall the most telling piece of evidence introduced: the photographs of Goldilocks' backpack. A backpack containing no food whatsoever, an empty water bottle, no tools, no nothing associated with a planned entry. This is not the backpack of a criminal. It is the backpack of a lost, hungry, and dehydrated child. This evidence alone dismantles the Crown's theory of deliberate breaking and entering. A person preparing to commit a crime does not walk into a forest for hours with nothing to eat or drink, but a lost child does. You also heard the precedents, like Hansel and Gretel, like Alice. She was confused and disorientated. Hansel and Gretel, she acted from necessity. Well, these cases consistently show that lack of mens rea, lack of a guilty mind, means there is no crime. Goldilocks entered the cottage because she was hungry, exhausted, dehydrated, and scared. And crucially, she believed the home was empty and safe to enter, especially since the door was unlocked and no signs indicated otherwise. Her actions were the confused decisions of a child in distress, not the calculated moves of a criminal. So we ask you to consider the law, the evidence, and the precedents. We ask you to find Goldilocks not guilty, because Goldilocks did not break in with intent. She stumbled inside the search of survival. Thank you. All rise.
The court will recess while the jury deliberates.
All rise. Court is back in session. You may be seated. Members of the jury, have you reached a verdict?
Yes, we have. We find the accused Goldilocks not guilty.
I bet.
The court is adjourned.
Phew.
Thank you. The verdict is recorded. Goldilocks, please stand. Members of the jury, you've delivered your verdict of... Thank you. The verdict is recorded. Goldilocks, please stand. Members of the jury, you've delivered your verdict of not guilty on the charge of break and enter. This means that you are not satisfied beyond a reasonable doubt that Goldilocks entered the bear's residence with the intent to commit a crime. Your verdict will be respected and recorded. Miss Goldilocks, the jury has found you not guilty. This court therefore acquits you of the charge. You're free to leave this courtroom without any conditions. Before you go, I want to remind you something very important. Even though you've been acquitted, entering private property can be dangerous and in some circumstances unlawful. I strongly encourage you seek help, support, or guidance before venturing alone into unsafe situations again. That being said, the law does not punish those who act without criminal intent, especially when they are vulnerable, hungry, exhausted, or afraid. Today's verdict reflects that principle.
All rise.
This court is now adjourned.